Walking out, as you can see, we got about 100 meters, 200 meters, and we could probably space beehives about a meter apart. So that's, technically speaking, you could probably fit, you know, at least 50 beehives on each side here, at least. And I've seen them actually grouped a lot closer than that. So here I'm walking to it. Here's the water supply. There's all the soba that I've talked about before. And I just have a vision of seeing on every one of these buffs beehives, and even on other buffs as we create kind of partnerships with other farmers in the area, you know, to help pollinate their crops. There's a strawberry farmer over there. He's very interested in what we're doing. His strawberries are called Ito strawberries. And so here we are. There's our first prototype, a prototype beehive for Beekeeping Japan. Each beehive should generate about anywhere between 20 to 35 kilograms of honey. And ultimately, I'm going to convert this bottom one into a chamber too. All we need to do is actually put, this is going to be larger, so maybe like a brood chamber, and then hopefully these two chambers will just be honey. And we could actually put in a bee excluder here, queen excluder across here. Keep the queen at the bottom, but this year we're just going to do this here, and then next year, you know, we'll dally, and or that could ultimately become its own beehive in itself. Our second one, this old box, pretty much everything can become a beehive. So I varnished it, so actually it should be kind of dry enough for me to hopefully take off this tape. All right, take off this tape here. That's varnished, hopefully keep the varnish from not sticking everything together. There's a little butterfly. That's about the only pollinator here. All right, let's take this off here. And I don't know why I put that on there, but I did. Here's a little thing. The whole idea is I don't want these different things sticking together. As you can see, there's another. Yeah, it doesn't look very pretty, but oh well. It's not about pretty, it's about functionality. These already kind of stick together. I don't know what is up with this. All right. So there it is. There's our pretty little beehive. I was hoping the colors would match a little bit, but they're a little better after varnishing it. I may put another coat on it, but ultimately I think it's looking good. Just missing some bees. We can actually move this over now. The other option I was thinking is actually making this the honey box and putting this actually on top. But we need to build actually a top for it, which we could do. It wouldn't be that hard to do. All right, there it's situated on there, pretty good. And I bought this from Bushy Mountain. I ordered this from the States, and this came from the contributions that I had raised actually for Help Japan Co. We didn't raise a lot of money, so this is part of Help Japan Co. That project is still in the works, but I can't do it with one hand. I'm having trouble here with one hand. I'm not going to stick it on my nose again because ultimately I'm sure you don't want to see my nostril again. All right. Here, let me I don't think it matters so much, but I'm just being nitpicky here, trying to get this box centered right. The other thing I want to do is actually get straps. It's nestled here pretty good. It's not rocking. You know, I actually want to get straps that hook down to the base. It can get really windy here, so we'll get basically I'm going to get a strap, kind of a hook, that hooks in here and then goes around and hooks in on the other side so that it's got to lift all the weight. And actually the way that I have this set up is a fulcrum, isn't it? Because you have the larger base, the smaller base, and that's a lot of stability there for them to hook up on. I'm proud of my little, you know, my little beehive. Just need some bees. Alright, so that's it. So what I'm doing is, since I don't speak Japanese, one thing I'm doing is I'm talking to the neighbors. I've got it out here. I'm sure it's going to draw some interest. And just make sure that no one has issues, that the farmer here doesn't have an issue with it. He was, you know, basically weeding his fields the other day. And I know those gardeners aren't going to have an issue with it. And they're all pretty much winding down. I already talked to those families. They don't have an issue with it. So you never know. You know, Japan, I'm the kind of weird gaijin, so there's no bees in it. Right now I'm actually building a sign. I'm going to put a sign here with a little bee on it, a sign over there with a little bee on it, you know, just to say, hey, there's a beehive here. Just a little picture of a bee, little kind of cartoon character. Kasukete, meaning be careful. Abenai, danger. I'm not going to put abenai, I'm going to say kasukete. Be careful, bees. Right, so any kids wondering, they can see it. And the types of bees we're getting are actually European bees. They're very mild, they're easy to handle, and you know, so this should be good. I got my little bee outfit on here. I think I've talked to that before, but it's supposed to be white. Bees, basically white is a common color for bees. Dark is not, so I'll have to put a white t-shirt or something over this. I tried bleaching it, but it bleached out some of the color, but it's still probably ultraviolet to the bees. Probably they want to get on me and hunt me for some honey. So, and there's lots of water. Bees needs lots of water. So if we grow this hives, we won't ever have a water issue. And there's actually a water center right here. There's actually, technically speaking, I was originally thinking about putting bees along that wall there. So we could probably put some hive. The only thing is that's my family's garden there. And I'll have to see how my aunt feels about that. But we could put, technically speaking, we could put bees along here. You could even put a hive right there. A couple hives there. I mean, there's lots of places for hives. Once people, and there's lots of water down here. They can land on that little ledge there, walk down there, get water. As you can see, there's toads and fish and all sorts of things. All sorts of water. So I'll walk around, show you the neighborhood where the bees are. So there's a beehive over there. You know, this would also be a good place, I think. You could put hives along here. There's a road right there. There's not many people who walk. This is a little closer. People do actually walk up there, so this may be probably a little bit more of a concern. It's a little rockier too. There's another angle. I don't know if you can see it over there. It is all soba. Now the soba is basically turning dark into kind of the seeds. So they turn, it looks like they turn into this black. There it is, and the beehive there is pointing to the garden here. Here's our community garden. I'll show you our community garden. These are very common in Japan. A lot of flowering plants. They plant flowers because they use the flowers in the butsudan. And I wonder if I could put this garbage in here, but I probably won't. I'll take it home with me. I got cabbages, stuff growing in here. So if I can get around here. So they got it walled off. Look at this here. All this different things. Onions, recognize some of the stuff. And they've already been preparing something to put in the fall there. This is actually, the hell is that? That's, can't think of what it's called. That's edamame, those soybeans over there. And all they have here is butterflies. The only little pollinators they have here are butterflies. You'll see no bees, just butterflies, which are not as efficient as bees, not as fast. You know, there's fewer of them. See all these budding, these flowers are all about to come out here and bloom. Lots of food, all pretty much fall. See, there's no bees. These little pollinating flies. Look at all those pollinating flies on there. Long noses. I don't know what they are, but they're kind of like the in here. See? There's always water here. There's always lots of water for their garden and stuff. Look at their bite. Looks like someone's around here somewhere. And actually, this is our. I was thinking about putting the bees here. This is our little bit of garden. We don't really use it that much. Oh. I bought all this. I did gardening here. Yeah, you cut down his persimmon. Looks like we didn't get any persimmons. This is our persimmon tree, but looks like this year it didn't grow any. And he cut it all down. My mother-in-law grows this stuff and turns this into a juice somehow. I don't know what it is, but it's like a really good, really smelly. I can't think what it's called. It smells really good, actually. There's a really kind of like a raspberry smelling stuff to it. There's a little frog. What this is? It's good. And here's our actually. This is what I was thinking. What it is? This is our tree. Right here. This is the food. Really good. This is our ancestor food. They would fight over trees like this. Just eat the whole thing. And if you get a little, so good. What is this? Can't think what it's called. I'm really surprised that the crows haven't gotten into it. Just so good. Right off the tree. Eat the whole thing. Here's one that's really ripe. I wonder if there's any bugs in it. Wow. Look at that. I don't even see that. Put the sun on it. Look at that, how juicy that is. Now that is just sugar. It's like eating candy. Nah, I didn't eat the skin on this one. It's kind of old. But there's one here. Wow. Let's open it up. Make sure there's no animal in it. And this is going to be so sweet. It is. This one is fermenting a little bit. Just like Can you pick these inside? My mother-in-law will eat these. I can make milkshake out of these. Just put them in a blender. What the heck? I can't think of what they're called. Whoops, pulled a little bit of a tree off with that one. Figs. Fig. It's a fig tree. Fig tree to shawl. No, that one's gotten eaten a little bit, but actually I thought I had a bag. Wow, that one's rotting. Still good. Fermenting them. Wow, that one's gone. There's a lot of them still growing. See, this one got eaten by something. Try to eat it. I'm gonna put these in my pocket. Oh, it's kind of slimy. Oh. It's gotten dirty. Dropped it. Fig tree. Yeah, fig tree is just an awesome fruit. It's hard. It's interesting how they just grow everywhere. It's a nice juicy one. Good to eat. They grow actually on the stem. Yeah, they just pop out on the stem. It's a little ripe, raw. We'll come back later. So we got figs in harvest. So as you can see, there's more soba here, and there's ridges everywhere. So potentially we can put. There's lots of places out here.